They didn't call them soft skills because they were easy. I'm going to tell you what's happening in offices everywhere right now. In boardrooms and management offsites and performance review cycles across the entire world, managers are learning that the work they were hired to do, the coordination, the reporting, and the status management is being automated. And they are finding themselves in a room with their team or with their own manager, and they don't know what to do next. And most of them don't pivot. Most of them don't reinvent the role. Most of them just lose the job. And the organizations replacing them aren't replacing them with better coordinators. They're replacing their coordination function with software and AI and asking whoever's left to do something entirely different. The question this episode answers is, what is that different thing? And why it's been hiding in plain sight for decades? Dismissed as secondary, called by a name that made it sound optional. They called it soft skills. And that name has done more damage to management development than almost anything else. My name is Marcel. I'm a chartered manager, and in the last 20 plus years, I've seen management changing, but nowhere near what is happening right now. And AI came and shook the fundamentals of how companies operate. And I'm here to tell you how you can not only survive this, but also thrive on this change. If you watched the last episode, you know what coordination theater is and why AI is dismantling it faster than most organizations expected. We're not going back over that ground. What we're doing in this episode is going underneath it. Because once the scaffolding comes down, what's left is the actual structure of the building. And for most managers, that's the first time they've had a look at it directly. What's underneath the coordination is the real job of management. It always was. We just buried it under 30 years of process optimization and called the process the job. The term soft skills has been quietly catastrophic for how organizations think about management. Because soft implies optional. Soft implies the thing you work on after you've handled the real stuff. Soft implies that if you're under pressure, if the quota is tight, if a headcount is frozen, this is what you deprioritize. This is what gets cut from the training budget. This is what doesn't make it onto the performance framework. Meanwhile, hard skills, the process knowledge, the system fluency, the coordination capacity, those get measured, those get rewarded, and those get promoted. Here's what this framing got completely backwards. The things we call soft skills are the hardest category of management work that actually exists, at least in my opinion. Reading a person accurately enough to know whether they need to be pushed or supported right now, that's genuinely difficult. Developing someone who doesn't yet believe in their own capability, that takes skills, patience, and judgment that can't be scripted. Holding a team together through a period of ambiguity when the direction from above keeps shifting, well, that's some of the most demanding work a manager will ever do. None of it is soft. It was just impossible to put it on the dashboard, so organizations pretended it was like a secondary function, build the management development programs around the things that were easy to measure, and wondered why the managers struggled when the environment got complicated. What AI is doing, it's stripping away the measurable, highly automated layer, and it's forcing organizations to confront something they've been avoiding for a very long time. The things that are called soft are the things that are left, and they're not equipped for it. All right, let's be precise about what changes and what doesn't, because there's a version of this conversation that implies management itself is being redefined from the ground up. And I don't think it is. I think the fundamental purpose of the manager role stays exactly the same. Managers exist to take the vision and the direction of the organization leadership and translate it into what actually happens on the ground. That's always been the job. A manager is the connective tissue between strategy and execution. I don't think that will change. But what changes is the mechanism. For the first 40 years, that translation happened primarily through control. You controlled the process. You controlled the information flow. You controlled who knew and what and when. You kept the system running by being systems operator. The coordination work was, in essence, a control mechanism, and it worked in the environment it was designed for. The new mechanism is empowerment, and it's not just a buzzword here, not as a value statement on a poster in the kitchen, as an actual practical operating model for getting things done through people who are capable of more than you've been letting them do. The manager who thrives in the fourth era doesn't sit in the middle of the information flow. They design an environment where the team can make good decisions without them. They set the direction clearly enough that the team can navigate ambiguity without needing to escalate everything. They develop capability of the people around them deliberately because that's where the leverage is now. They keep one eye permanently on alignment, making sure that what the team is doing day-to-day, decisions to decisions, they stay connected to the organization it actually is trying to achieve. And they do it not through control. They do it through clarity, trust, and the willingness to have the difficult conversation when the two start to drift apart. That is harder job than running the coordination element. It requires more judgment, more presence, and more genuine skill. And most managers, we've not been trained to do this because most organizations never asked us to do it. If you want to understand where the durable value of the manager role sits, you need to know what AI can do. Not what it's bad at right now, what it structurally can do, regardless of how good the model gets. The first is judgment in genuinely ambiguous situations. AI is extraordinarily good at pattern recognition, at finding the right answer when there is a right answer, or when the data points clearly in one direction. What it can't do is sit with a situation that has no clean answer, weigh consideration that can be qualified, factors in the history and relationship and organizational context that exist only in the room, and make a call. That's a human capability. It's what managers get paid for when the coordination is gone. Now, the second is developing people who don't yet know what they're capable of. This is not about training programs or skill matrices. It's about the manager who sees something in a direct report before that person sees it in themselves, and then creates the conditions, the challenges, the support, and the honest feedback that allows that person to grow into it. No AI does that. No process produces it. It requires a human being paying genuine attention to another human being over time. I think the third one is holding team together when the direction from the above stops making sense. And it will stop making sense. Strategy shifts, priorities change, senior leadership makes decisions that look different on the ground than they did in the boardroom. The manager's job in those moments is not to pretend the confusion isn't there. It's to absorb it, make sense of it, and give the team enough stability to keep moving. And that's profoundly human function because it requires credibility, emotional steadiness, and the ability to hold two things at once. Honest acknowledgement of the difficulty and genuine confidence in the direction. Those three things are the irreducible core of management role. They were always there. They were just crowded out by the coordination work that's now being automated. I think it's time to talk about why most managers haven't practiced any of those. This is the section that stings, so let's be direct about it. Most managers have spent the majority of their management career on coordination work. Not because they chose to avoid the harder stuff, because the harder stuff was never systematically demanded of them. The organization measured their coordination, it rewarded coordination, it built management operating model around coordination. The one-to-one that was supposed to be about development became a project status check. The team meeting that was supposed to build capability somehow became a reporting vehicle. The management offsite that was supposed to create strategic alignment became a process review. And the genuinely difficult work, the conversation with the persons who's technically good but quietly undermining the team, the decision to give someone a stretch assignment that they might fail, and the honest feedback that risks the relationship but it's the only thing that will help, that got pushed to the side. Not because it wasn't important, because there was always a more urgent coordination, a task sitting in the inbox. The result is a generation of managers who are highly competent in the thing that's being automated right now and significantly under-practiced at the thing that's being asked of them next. It's not comfortable to say, it's not comfortable to hear, I'm sure, but it's the accurate description of where most management populations sit right now. And the organizations that pretend otherwise, that assume their managers will naturally step into the new role because the good people are going to find out hard way that good intentions don't substitute for practice. The organizations that come out of the whole AI transitions, they won't tell the ones with the most sophisticated tools. The tools are table stakes. Every organization will have them. The ones that win will be the ones with managers who actually do the hard version of the job, who can make judgment calls in ambiguous situations, who can develop the people around them deliberately and with skill, who can hold the team together when the direction goes wrong way, who can keep execution aligned to vision without needing to control every step of the process. Right now, most management populations can't do it. And it's not because the capability doesn't exist in the people, but because nobody built it, nobody measured it, nobody created the conditions for it to develop. The skills that are going to define management, at least in the next decade, were never soft. They were just inconvenient to take seriously when the coordination work was filling the diary and it was making everything look fine. The diary now is clearing, and what's underneath it is the actual job.